if you are feeling completely and utterly exhausted, done, put out right now, you are not alone. This is a very challenging time for many people. And for some, this is going to be manifesting as like a emotional, mental sort of exhaustion. Maybe you're still continuing with your day-to-day activities, but there's a part of you that might just be hopeless to a degree, feel like there's no future. And then for others, maybe you actually feel somewhat good there, maybe not 100% good, but you trust, you're trusting, you have the higher perspective. However, your body could be completely put out and your body is not yet caught up to where maybe your mind, where your energy, where your heart are currently at. And it's still like this, we're teetering still in this limbo threshold sort of energy. And that's challenging, right? That's challenging. I did a video last month called You Are Being Initiated right now. I'm going to link it up there. And this is just a follow-up of that energy. So part of this initiation is now integrating. It is literally learning to be safe with stillness, with what is, rather than always going, filling yourself, your time, your energy with distraction. Okay? So before we dive into things, I just want you to know, if you clicked on this, if you're watching this, there's nothing wrong with you. You are not broken. And probably you're on the highest timeline here, actually. You're on the right track. You're totally aligned with your soul. You wouldn't have clicked on this otherwise. So know that. And for those of you who may not know me, my name is Hannah, and I empower you to empower yourself. And so today it is my intention to do that by just talking a little bit more about these current energies, this exhaustion, this existential physical exhaustion, what it means, how to work with it. This is a completely channeled message. I honestly have no idea what's going to come through today. I'm really excited to find out with y'all. So a little bit about my journey right now, how I'm handling the current energies is I would say I'm in the second group. So like energetically, mentally, emotionally even, I'm good. Things that I know in my heart are going to manifest, they haven't manifested yet. It's very quiet in my physical reality. On both fronts, like there isn't anything bad happening necessarily. There isn't anything good happening necessarily. Nothing exciting, nothing out of the ordinary. It's just kind of dull. It's kind of boring. It's kind of routine right now. And I've reached a point where I'm getting all of these downloads, all of these hits, these inspirations. I have so many exciting things in store this year, and I know my guides have many exciting things in store for me, and I have exciting things in store for you guys, and there's so much that I am excited to dive into. And yet my body is just not letting me seemingly like make any progress with this stuff. At least not to the degree that I would have been able to do in the past. It's kind of funny because it almost seems like anytime I try to take a step in a new direction, I try to do my like daily action or something, some unexpected challenge occurs and it completely takes all my time and energy and puts it somewhere else. I find also that I've just been sleeping like so much. Like if I don't get at least 9.5 hours of sleep, I can't function. I feel like a zombie. And preferably I have even more sleep than that. I feel almost narcoleptic. Sometimes I'm just like falling asleep throughout the day. Even when I get enough sleep, I just feel just heavy. I feel just tired. And in the past energies, I know I would be freaking out probably and thinking that there's something really wrong with my health and my body, but I know that I'm good. I'm tight with my body now. I have a great connection, great communication with my body. I know that my body is ageless and powerful and adaptable and that it can heal itself. I really truly believe that. And we're in communication, we're in active communication every single day. So I know it's not like some health thing. It's an unfolding of what is, basically. It's like it's an exhale, it's a processing of all of the shit, all of the shit that I've been through in this life and all of my incarnations on earth. And I felt called to come on and just talk about this today because I know that I'm not the only one. My clients and my community, my friends, so many are experiencing the exact same thing right now. And if you're in the zone, if you're feeling this, let me know in the comments. Let us know how you're handling the current energies. It's always interesting for me to get a dialogue going. But yeah, it's a doozy. It's a doozy. And if you are kind of falling into that trap, let's say, of like spiraling, spiraling is what it is when you're like, oh God, I'm so tired, I'm heavy, I'm depressed, I'm never gonna get out of this. Oh my gosh, everything's hopeless, the future is hopeless. Know that you're right on track. You're actually right on track. So it feels this way right now. You feel exhausted right now because even if nothing is happening externally, even if you're good externally, there is so much happening energetically right now. So much happening. You cannot even fathom. I cannot even fathom. None of us can even fathom this from our current vantage points. It's like bamboo. So from what I understand, bamboo, I believe like you plant it and for like 7 years or something, you don't see anything, nothing happening. You could forget that it's even there. And then all of a sudden one day, whoop, it just shoots up and it's like really, really tall. That's us right now, friends. That's us. We're right on the precipice of like shooting up really, really high. And so another analogy to help you with this, like physics, okay? Physics is the slingshots. This has helped me to kind of break my my habits of toxic productivity and masculine energy, go, 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 doing, not being, distraction, proving my worth. This slingshot analogy has helped me. And so that is, you can imagine the energies right now, and particularly right before this year, the fire horse that we're going to enter. It's like a slingshot. You can think of the fire horse itself as like the slingshot. If you are not slowing down, if you're not resting right now, and you're still going, you're fighting it, you're resisting, what's happening is you're like barely pulling back the slingshot, and then whatever you're trying to shoot in that slingshot, it just plops right to the ground. It doesn't go anywhere, right? However, if you're just taking the time to pull back, rest, reflect, integrate, boom, all of a sudden it flies so far. So how far it flies depends on how deeply you're going within right now, how much you're pulling back right now, which is exactly why so many of us are feeling called to hermits and literally to close ourselves off from others. And then society is going to guilt you for this, and probably your own thoughts have guilted you for this, right? There's something, oh, I'm isolating myself. I need to be more social. I need to connect more with others. You don't need to do anything, my friend. You don't need to do anything. Like, let's just exhale that shit. Let's exhale that. Let's release that. You get to be yourself now. That's what you get to do. You don't need to do anything. And oftentimes it's like sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is to pull back our energy from others. The being social all the time, being connected with others all the time. Yes, we're social animals. Yes, it's important to have connection. It's important to communicate with others, to rely. However, to the degree that society has taught us, that is not healthy. It's constant. It's like constant distraction to the point where we don't even know who we are anymore, right? So you got to pull back your energy sometimes just to figure out where you stand, who you really authentically are, above and beyond the programming of this false matrix. Yeah? Beyond the programming of the video game, of your avatar self. And so that's a period that many of us are still in right now. And I do sense an emerging. And I will say, just an FYI, this emerging, it might happen for some like next week as of posting this, which is the official kickoff of the Year of the Fire Horse, February 17th. But it's a flow, you know, energy doesn't work like, oh, instantly everything shifts. It's like there's a flow, okay? There's a flow. You got to go with the flow. For some, it will happen right away. And for others, it's going to be like a slower process. However, we are now entering the next 2 months or so, 2.5, 3 months is going to be like an activating again of this life force energy within all of us. It's going to be the release of the slingshot. And depending on how much you've been pulling back your slingshot, you'll go that much further when this energy finally activates. So know that the shift is coming, and maybe some are already feeling it. I know myself, I'm already feeling the echoes of it. I've been a little bit more social in the past week or so than I have been the past few months. I've been feeling called to explore new connections, new hobbies, new activities, things. I'm just trying new things slowly, but then my body like shuts down. It's like, nope, let's go slower still. Let's pull back still. And so it's like, it's a balancing act, right? It's a sacred balancing that is happening. Trust your heart, follow your heart. Don't listen to the voices in your head because oftentimes the voices in your head, they're not even yours. They're like your head, our heads, our brains. They're like gigantic, powerful radio towers. They're picking up signals from so many different sources. So sometimes, yeah, your head can be something that's very aligned. It could be your spirit guides talking to you. It could be your higher self. It could be your heart. You know, it could be your body, but it could also be this false matrix system. It could also be, you know, your toxic partner, your toxic parents. It could be someone that's stuck in a lower vibrational loop, trying to pull you into that lower vibrational loop. So you can't fully trust the head. But what you do is when you get a thought, and maybe it's looping, you inhale, bring it into the heart. Exhale, ground it into the heart space. See it through the filter of the heart. How does the thought feel? Tangibly? Energetically. Depending on that, if it feels good, if it feels expansive, light, aligned, you'll know and you'll be like, all right, this. But if it feels like frenetic, it feels like contracting, heavy, like you're resisting it, you'll also know. So we're being asked now, we're at a point, and it's scary, it's exhausting. Because all of us, no matter how sovereign you are, how spiritual you are, how self-aware, how much work you've done on yourself, all of us are to some degree brainwashed, programmed by this false matrix reality that we consented at a soul level to incarnate into. It's part of the game, is taking on this programming that doesn't really serve us so that we can rewrite it from within the video game of life. We can rewrite that code from within the video game. That's part of the game. And so when you just notice, you know, what is the programming versus what your soul authentically wants, becomes much easier. You start to get more energy back. And you can start to follow that. So as I was saying, we're at a point where we are starting to notice that we can't give our power away to any external source. We can't, give our power away to the external anymore. Whether it is like, let's say, a trusted friend or a trusted psychic or, trusted teacher, mentor figure, you're starting to see like, their truth is their truth. My truth is my truth. And your truth might be completely different from theirs. It doesn't make your truth wrong or their truth wrong. It just means that it's different. And that's how things are. It's like we're all special snowflakes at the end of the day. We have a lot of similarities, but we also have a lot of differences. And that's what's cool about this video game of life. That's what's cool about being a human, is that we are unique, special little snowflakes, all with our own separate journeys. And so we've reached a crucial turning point for humanity where we can no longer give our power away to others in that way. We can no longer look outside for the answers. I can tell you for myself, like it's interesting. I've just been reflecting on my journey. I had my spiritual awakening like 12 years ago now. At the beginning of my spiritual awakening, there was so much of like seeking information. I was like, listening to podcasts, reading books, listening to audiobooks, watching YouTube videos, seeing psychics, getting coaches, mentors, all of that. And that was necessary. That was necessary for that level that I was at. But I noticed in the past few years, like there's a complete disconnect from that, and it just does not have the impact that it once had. And there's no desire, honestly, to do this anymore. It's like it feels wrong to do that, and I can only find my answers from within. So I'm being called now more and more than ever before to literally like ask my heart, to ask my body, to sit with my own energy. Even, and I'll do a video on this shortly as well. I used to get external answers from my spirit guides, okay? And when I first like woke up, and even later in the journey, just until a few years ago, I would ask my spirit guides, right, for guidance and information, deceased loved ones, spirit animals, my dragons, and there's no more of that either anymore. Now I've completely pulled my energy back from my spirit guides and my spirit team. I'm like, yo, I know the answer. I don't need to seek it from anyone else. No matter how close they are to my energy, I have all the answers within me. And I want you to know, friends, if you take nothing else away from today's video, you have all the answers within you. Within your heart space. Your heart space is a literal portal back to source. You have every single answer, every piece of information, all the knowledge of the whole multiverse it's within you. It's within you. Like really, actually, we hear about this in spiritual teachings, but it's not just some metaphor. It's that simple. It's really actually true. And so we've reached a point where it's exhausting to try and find any sort of meaning in the external. The only way forward, friends, if you've clicked on this video, if you've watched this far, it's to listen to this. It's to listen to this right here. And to see where you're led, where you feel truly called to go, what feels truly aligned for you. Regardless of all the noise up here, what everyone else, including your own thoughts, will try to convince you out of. What does the heart say? What does the heart say? What does the heart say? Feel free to share with us, again, in the comments, what your heart's saying. Let's, demonstrate. You can be an example for others, demonstrating what it means, what it feels like to connect with the energy of your own soul, your own heart, rather than out here the noise. Ironically, yeah, if other people, they're still like on the bridge of that, they might get validation from you posting, commenting, your personal experience that might inspire someone. You have no idea the ripple effect that could have on the collective. So I invite you, friends, whether it's in the comments or in some other way that your heart is telling you to do, go first. Do the scary things, okay? Take the scary actions, the things that immediately trigger guilt within you, shame within you. If your heart tells you to do it, do it. And see what happens. See if you feel lighter, clearer, freer. See if life starts flowing. And know that for, most of us, again, it's going to be a flow the next couple of months. It doesn't mean that the moment you do this, like everything's going to click into place instantly. Reality right now, as it stands, it does not work that way. Yeah. But it's trusting that it will flow regardless. If you just keep acting in alignment with your soul in this way, things can only flow. It is inevitable that your life begins to flow again. When all the energies you can't even see are a match and it clicks. And you can trust that it will be inevitable. If you're taking action from this space, it's inevitable. Your happiness, your dreams, your success, your peace, it's inevitable. It just requires you sometimes to do that scary thing. And so know that, yeah, we might still be feeling quite tired and heavy over the next few weeks, the next few months even, that might continue. That's okay. Just know when you're resting and you're tired and stuff, you're not broken. Your body is not like breaking down on you. You haven't done anything wrong. You don't need to feel shameful. You don't need to feel lazy, because you're definitely not. You're definitely not. You are being so incredibly productive at an energetic level that it's like it's imperceivable to this lower vibrational false matrix reality that we're still existing in on some level. Yeah. So I hope that gives you some peace of mind and lets you know, hey, haven't done anything wrong. You're exactly where you're meant to be. You're on the right track. And if you would like extra support with this, if your soul is telling you, hey, I want community, because yes, that validation can help you to trust your heart more and your soul more and to not feel so alone in this, because you're not alone in this. We're all traveling this road individually, yes, but in parallel to each other. Yeah. So if you're feeling called to have, that nourishing community, I have a couple of invitations for you. So first off, I'm going to be presenting at this Year of the Horse Summit called Liberation. It's all about liberating yourself. Yeah. Liberating yourself from the shackles, liberating yourself from the false matrix. This is entirely free. So it's not only myself here, it's going to be many, many other speakers. It's on Sunday. It's the Year of the Horse Liberation Summit, totally for free. I will leave a link to that in the description below. And then we're taking that energy even further in my private community, the House of the Spirit Dragon, on Thursday, February 19th. And we're going to do a group manifestation ritual in my private community. We're going to meet our spirit horse, the archetype of the energy that we're going to be working with uniquely, individually during the Year of the Horse. We're going to channel that, get guidance from that, and then we're going to plant some seeds for this year together, which amplifies the energy like 1,000-fold, especially depending on how many people show up. It could be really, really big. And so if you're a member of my community, the House of the Spirit Dragon, you will already have access to that. If not, and you're not feeling called to join the community, I wanted this to be as accessible to everyone as possible. So you can just buy an individual ticket for that. And I will also include the link to that in the description below. And then, of course, always, if you would like maybe some one-to-one support, some mentorship, you're just resonating with my content, maybe you relate to me, you feel safe with me, safe within this energy, and you want to go deeper with that, I am taking on a few one-to-one sessions this month. I have a schedule. You can just book a quantum healing session or a psychic reading. Also, those links will be in the description below. So know there's an abundance of support available. You do not have to do this alone. Whether you feel called to connect with me and my community or someone else in their community or create your own, there's going to be many of us creating our own things this year. Creation is huge in this year of the horse. So I encourage you to follow that. Know that you don't have to do it alone. This is the time. We've reached also a crucial turning point where a lot of us on the spiritual journey, like, we're so used to being the hermit, right? And being misunderstood, being the weird one, the odd one out, the black sheep, doing it alone, really roughing it in the trenches. And this is a part, my friends, of this martyrdom archetype that we are all releasing. We are done with that shit, yeah? You don't have to do it alone. You're not exactly special in the best way possible. I mean that in the best way possible. It's like, we're all doing this. There's so many people on this same path, and it's time that we connect with each other. We support, we bolster each other. So this year, it's going to be co-creation, collaboration is going to be absolutely huge. And your heart, again, if you're going slow, you're pulling back, you're listening to your heart, you're listening to your soul, you're listening to your body, you will know who you feel called to connect with, when you feel called to connect with others. And then these people, these places, these opportunities, oh my gosh, friends, the ripple effect, you have no idea. Woo, I got mad chills. I can just feel it. Woo, can you guys feel that? Wow, it's exciting. So many, many fun, exciting things in store for us all this year. I look forward to seeing how it unfolds for all of us over the coming weeks, the coming months. Very, very exciting. So as always, friends, I would say if this helped you today, if this resonated, feel free to like and to engage with this in some way. As I always say, me and the dragons will love you forever. If you could do this for us, we'll love you forever anyways, of course. But doing this allows this content, this message to get out to more people who might need it. People that are feeling very, very isolated and alone. So anytime you are engaging with not only my content, of course, anyone's content that it just feels aligned, it really has helped you in some way, you are helping to give that information, that activation to others that need it. You are having such a massive ripple effect on the collective. And we in the collective, thank you for that. Honor you for that. You are such a big part of this. We are all co-creating this together. So know that you matter and your choices matter, even if they seem very insignificant. It's like when you press the like button on a video, it seems so insignificant, you completely forget about it. That's huge. That matters. So just take that with you, my friends. You matter. Your voice matters. You are so much more powerful than you realize. Much love on your journey, my friends, and stay powerful.